Okay, everybody, we are dipping into Colorado to do two or three here, as this was on our way west of our great adventure. And Julesburg was our, our first stop in Colorado, about our last stop, too. So Julesburg definitely qualifies to be in this series. It's only about 1,000 people total population. The town itself has almost everything that an RV camper traveler would need. It has cafes, restaurants, gas stations, banks, hardware stores, grocery stores, motels. Hence, it's worth visiting Julesburg. Staying in Julesburg is a different story. As you want to spring for a motel, go for it. There are plenty of them, and they're all going to run $60 to $100 each. As far as camping's concerned, yeah, this is continues the saga of not so great camping in extreme northeastern Colorado. You you do have two choices at Julesburg. Neither of them are really good. As far as camping inside the city or anything that's run by the town government, you're out of luck. There isn't anything. So let's talk about the better of two not so great places to camp. The first one is the Pony Express RV Park. It's easier to tell you about a landmark and a museum to find it than to tell you how to get to the park itself. What you need to do is go to the interstate to the south of the town of Julesburg, and you'll find a welcome center, but not any normal welcome center. This one, not only does it have the bathrooms and a picnic table and places for trucks to park, it also has a museum. And if the museum is closed, and by the way, that museum does charge a entrance fee, there is still plenty of free exhibits outside the actual museum space. But you can't camp in the rest area. However, across the street is the Pony Express RV Park, which is a much grander name than what this place actually is. This one is 9 spaces, roughly, and they're all RV spots. And there is picnic table and full hookups here. However, everything about this RV park is kind of hit and miss and scattered shot. As I told you, it's kind of hard to find exactly where the RV park is. Instead of turning right to go back to the main highway and the interstate, go straight across to the north. Right across the road is where the RV park is. It kind of bear left as soon as you cross the highway onto a driveway, essentially, and you'll come across a building, and then you'll see 9 spots leading away from the highway. And the left side, you'll see a playground and the picnic benches. This is the RV park. The small building is the office. Whether anybody's in the office, well, who knows? People have told me that the people are nice. Whether the electric and the water is going to be on is unknown. Whether the bathrooms are going to be open at that particular point when you drive in is unknown. The price is high. It's $30 no matter what, whether you have an RV or a tent. and you're right next to the highway. Not so good. With the kind of scatter shot and everything else and the high prices and the traffic noise, I would say you really don't want to stay here necessarily, because I can't even guarantee that they're going to be open when you get there. That's even in the summertime. But again, the hosts are supposedly nice, but I don't know how much I could put stock in it. So, reviewing, I have to give this one a 2. Barely acceptable, even worse than, say, a state wildlife area which has no facilities. I think this is a little bit worse than that. Especially when you're paying $30 a night. I expect a lot more for that. But it's there. And if Julesburg your destination for the night or the day, this would work. Because your other option is even worse. And that would be Sedgwick County Fairgrounds, which is to the northeast of the center of Julesburg by about 2 miles. You really should just ask local directions for this one. So there might be some small signs pointing to the fairgrounds. Essentially what it is you take this dirt road out to the fairgrounds, and just when you get to the entrance to it, you will see a field with roads across it and dirt paths. That's your campground. Supposedly there are toilets here. Actually, I'm assuming there are toilets here, but I'm betting that they're locked. Unless you know that the fairgrounds are open for camping, I would definitely stay away from this one. I would still stay away from this one because, well, there's really nothing here. I mean, no facilities, traffic, you're near the highway, the railroad, and where you're camping is primitive at best. No shade. Oh, and you're going to smell a lot of manure too. So I have to give this one a 1. Yes, legal to camp here if it's open. That's doubtful. So my suggestion is, if you absolutely have to, or Julesburg is your final destination, go to the Pony Express, and only for that. Otherwise, both ways, they're better campgrounds, especially to the northeast. That's all I have to say about Julesburg. I don't want to talk about it anymore.